part 2 of the collection videos. We are now going to move on to the Blu-ray DVD combo packs. So, without further ado, let's begin. The first two come in DVD cases. Now, the slipcover is from 2012, but it has the Gold Classic Collection cover. And the reason for that is because the DVD is the 2000 Gold Classic Collection DVD. I'm getting rid of the 2012 DVD to make room for more stuff I want for the collection. And this one's a diamond edition. Don't plan to get Beverly Hills Chihuahua 3, but I might get this one if it's the Blu-ray 3D. I already showed this one, but I might get these two Blu-rays someday. I do have Beauty and the Beast, but I do have to get Bambi. Have the 2001 DVD of Lady and the Tramp 2 Scamp's Adventure. How to get this one on Blu-ray. Have both movies, Rescuers movies, on VHS. Have both the Gold Classic Collection releases of Pocahontas on VHS. This has an ad for Disney Movie Club, which is redundant now. I have Tangled and Cars 2, but I do have to get Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Most of these I do have to get for Blu-ray. I do not plan to get any Mickey Mouse Clubhouse DVDs, because that shows an insult to the cartoons. And I do have to get that Blu-ray sometime. And this comes with the Blu-ray guide, which you don't see on Blu-rays. Aladdin was meant to be released in spring 2013, but it was delayed to October 2015, and it would be the final release in the Diamond Edition lineup before they succeeded with the Signature Collection. Alright, now we're going to move on to the regular combo packs. So here we go. I did have a Canadian DVD of this, but I obviously got rid of it because I upgraded to this. ...2010 version of A Christmas Carol. This is the 2009 version with Jim Carrey, and it's directed by Robert Zemeckis. And this is one of the two Image Movers digital movies ever made. The other one being Mars Needs Moms, which obviously failed at the box office, which the box office bomb of Mars Needs Mom costed Image Movers to shut down for good. I do not plan to get The Search for Santa Claus, to be exact. I do have to get the Fantasia 2 movie collection on Blu-ray. I'll have to get that Blu-ray. And I do have to get that one sometime on Blu-ray. This one's a placeholder till I get the Encore edition, which has both theatrical and special edition cuts. This is co-produced by MGM, but the MGM logo is not shown. This is the remake to Alice in Wonderland. I hope to get the sequel sometime. I already showed A Christmas Carol. I do have to get the 2000 DVD of the James and the Giant Peach, which will be inside the Blu-ray if I do get that. And the ones that did come with a digital copy disc in the skinny Blu-ray case, I put in a 2-disc casing. The only Alvin and the Chipmunks movie I have on Blu-ray. I hope to get the rest sometime. This next Blu-ray is kind of important for me to have. Here's why. Disc 1 is the unrated version and theatrical versions, and Disc 2 is the supersized R-rated versions. So this has 3 cuts, which you don't see very often on Blu-rays. This is directed by David Leitch. I also have Olympus Has Fallen on Blu-ray as well. I am missing one other on Blu-ray. That being London Has Fallen, which I hope to get. This I do have to upgrade to the extended cut sometime. And this one's a Diamond Edition Blu-ray. I also have the 2002 VHS and DVD counterparts of this film as well. I remember having seen it Family Hits on the Wii as a kid. I absolutely do not like these 2 shows. Toy Story 3, I'm getting a new Disc 1 copy because Disc 1 is rotted and skips. But I do have to get Fantasia 2 Movie Collection Blu-ray sometime. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2012. And I was able to replace the case this one. Because when I got this Blu-ray, the case was not in very good condition. But I did change it out. you can see, there's no broken parts on the DVD holder. It's in good shape. Even though I never watch the DVDs in Blu-ray DVD combo packs, I always watch the Blu-ray. Universal 100 Years the cover, which I absolutely like. This has both theatrical and animated versions. E.T. and Jaws, I hope to get on 4K sometime. Only Captain America film I have on Blu-ray. I plan to get the rest sometime. That's it in 4K. So this obviously predated 4K Ultra HD. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2011. I am missing the first film on Blu-ray, which I am hoping to get. I still don't have that. I hope to get the Blu-ray 3Ds of the Toy Story trilogy. I plan to get the entire Pixar library on Blu-ray. Tangled is coming. Same thing with Tron Legacy. I already showed that one. And I do have Prep and Landing, which that is coming in a bit. And I know this wasn't the best. This film didn't get the best of reviews, but I didn't think it was that bad. This, however, is the true sequel to Cars 2. This is the true Cars 2 to me. This I have for Cinderella 3, which there is a VHS of, but only as a DVD-only screener, and who knows if I'm ever going to get that. And I have a little story about this one. I decided to get rid of the 2012 DVD of Cinderella 2 Dreams Come True, because that will be replaced with the 2002 DVD once I find it. Because I have Cinderella 2 on VHS. And when I do get the 2002 DVD of Dreams Come True, it will obviously be put this inside this case to make room for more stuff I want. And it is stacked discs, but I only watch the Blu-rays, not the DVD. Now, this has the first cut, which never got a VHS release. Lionsgate casing, but this has the Buena Vista Discmaster, and I actually put the 1999 DVD of Clerks inside this case by swapping cases with one of the digital copy discs Blu-rays I threw out. Extended cut, which is only exclusive on the Blu-ray. I do have to get the Jurassic Park trilogy on Blu-ray. That'll be a placeholder till I get the 4K. Has an ad for Xfinity, since Universal is owned by Comcast. And the next two are Daddy's Home films. These movies are pretty funny. And here's the sequel. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2016. I do also get Deadpool 2 on Blu-ray because of the super duper cut. The only Despicable Me film I have on Blu-ray, period. I plan to get the rest on Blu-ray sometime. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2013, by the way. And a majority of the digital copy codes I am keeping for the ad on the back. This has an ad for The Sound of Music Live, which I'm not sure if I'm going to get that or not, because I love the original movie. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2014. I plan to get the other Divergent films on Blu-ray. I know there was supposed to be a TV series and a fourth film in the series, but one of the films in the series underperformed at the box office, so they obviously never happened. I plan to get Dolphin Tale 2 on Blu-ray sometime. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2011. And this is the first film to use the 2011 enhanced Warner Brothers Pictures logo. Before The Witches was the last film to use it. And though it was used sporadically on two other films, The Sun Does Not Move and the Nan movie, released in 2022 respectively. There was a reason why it had the 98 logo instead of the 21 logo. It was shelved. Here's a steelbook. The Blu-ray has both the theatrical and extended cuts. And here's a Blu-ray 3D. I also have this movie on VHS. Yeah, so the cover is pretty nice. Now, for the DVD, I actually put the 2003 DVD inside this case, and I got rid of the 2012 DVD to make room for more stuff I want for the collection. remake to Footloose. I plan to get the Paramount movie on the original on VHS. I still need to get Frozen 2 on Blu-ray. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2013. I do need to get the first film on Blu-ray, mastered in 4K. This is a 2006 Blu-ray, but however, I put the 2000 DVD inside. I plan to get most, if not all of these sometime. But I do have 8 Below. I do have to get the unrated version of Gone in 60 Seconds on DVD, which never got a VHS release. This is one of the only Disney Channel original movies to get a Blu-ray release. I know there is a theatrical cut of High School Musical 3, which I do hope to get because that cut never got a Blu-ray release. This is one of the last Disney DVDs to have artwork on the disc before they switched to boring greatest, with the exception of Pixar and Lucasfilm. The next 2 movies I also saw in theaters. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2011. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2012. And the director is actually from the creator of Dexter's Laboratory, which is kind of interesting. There might be a few inserts that I might throw away because one of them no longer exists. This has an ad for Sony Rewards, which no longer exists, so I'm going to throw it away later. Sony Awards did go under on December 31st of last year, so I'll be throwing it out when I'm done with the video. And here's the third film. I am missing the second film and Transformania. The Blu-ray has the extended cut, which is the cut I am going to be watching this movie, but I do need to get the first film on Blu-ray sometime. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2010. I am missing the third film, and I do hope the live-action remake is good. I'm pretty sure it'll be. And here's the sequel. Also saw in theaters back in 2014. The very first Martin Scorsese film I ever watched, period. The next two movies I did see in theaters. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2009. I am missing Ice Age 2, Ice Age 1, 2, and Collision Course on Blu-ray. But I am staying away from the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild, and I'm also staying away from Ice Age 6, because enough is enough with Ice Age already. This is the fourth film. I plan to get the entire IMAX film on Blu-ray. This is a short film. Lasts 41 minutes. And this one's a Blu-ray 3D. Also includes the 2D version. Also a short film because it's 44 minutes. This is a Christopher Nolan movie. Plan to get most of the Christopher Nolan movies on Blu-ray, especially on 4K. This is one of the few instances where Fastplay did its intended job correctly. The other two being Lilo and Stitch Big Wave Edition and Zombies 2. I had the first film on VHS as well. This is the 3-disc set. I am missing Iron Man 1 and 3 on Blu-ray. Hoping to get those someday. The only Jackass film I have on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray has the unrated version, which is the cut whenever I watch this movie. I am hoping to get Jackass Forever on Blu-ray. Even though I do have the unrated version of number 2, but I plan to get the first one unrated sometime. And I also to get 2.5 as well. And I do have to get these two Blu-rays someday. Yes, I do like Jackass, so yeah. One of Disney's box office bombs. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2015. I'm hoping to get Fallen Kingdom and Dominion on Blu-ray, especially since Dominion has the extended cut. I hope to God Rebirth does better than the third film. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2011. Still need to get Kung Fu Panda 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, and 4. This is the Lego edition of The Phantom Menace. Here's an interesting Blu-ray that I have. This is a Blu-ray DVD combo packs, but both versions on one disc. This is similar to my HD DVD combo format of Evan Almighty, along with other HD DVD combo formats that Warner Brothers and Universal did. This side's the Blu-ray, and this side's the DVD. And here's a steelbook. This was the very first steelbook I ever got. One of the 3 Pixar films that were released directly to Disney Plus because of You Know What Happened. I hope to get Here We Go Again on Blu-ray sometime. I have the first 3 Mad Max movies on VHS. I am hoping to get Furiosa on Blu-ray sometime. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2013. The very first movie that started the DCEU, and it ended 10 years later with Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I plan to get the entire DC Extended Universe films on Blu-ray sometime. Here's the Blu-ray 3D of Men in Black, as I told you in part 1. I know Tyler has this. I do not plan to get Men in Black International because that one looks stupid. This also comes with a bonus disc. Gadgets, Gear, and Beyond. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2015. I'm hoping to get The Rise of Gru someday. Since I get most of the Illumination Entertainment movies on Blu-ray. This one I almost saw in theaters, but didn't last second. I did see Dead Reckoning, and I am definitely looking forward to seeing the final Reckoning in May. Hoping it performs better than Dead Reckoning. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2013. I do have to get the first one on Blu-ray, particularly the Blu-ray 3D. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2011. There we go. I had the first film on VHS, and I do have to get the third film on Blu-ray. There is a VHS of this one. This is the Disney dub, which there is a VHS of, but only as a DVD-only screener. I know the Fox dub is out of circulation. It's out of print. Here's the other two Night at the Museum movies I have on Blu-ray. These are the only Night at the Museum movies I am sticking with. That's it. I am never watching Common Road Rises again because I hear that movie sucks. Here it sucks. So that movie is obviously on my blacklist. You should probably know why I'm not watching it. It does not have the original cast members, and it's not even live action at all. So that's why I'm not watching Common Road Rises again. I am missing London Has Fallen on Blu-ray, which I hope to get. This is probably one of the last releases to have artwork. Interior artwork, which Sony no longer does. Here's a multi-film set. I have the 1996 VHS of Oliver and Company, and that's a placeholder till I get the 2002 VHS. I also have the Gold Classic Collection VHS of The Fox and the Hound. There is a VHS of The Fox and the Hound too, but only as a DVD-only screener, and who knows if I'm ever going to find that. And also, I put the original DVDs of Oliver and Company and The Fox and the Hound inside this case to make room for more stuff I want, so that's why they're in here. This is the last film by PDI because this movie underperformed at the box office, so that's why PDI shut down. I am missing The Lightning Thief. I'd like to get that on Blu-ray. I do have to get the first Planes on Blu-ray. It's the Disney Toon movie. This is the version of Prep and Landing to have on Blu-ray because this has both the original and Naughty vs. Nice. This is the other Alien film I have on Blu-ray. I did see Romulus in theaters. I plan to get that on Blu-ray, if not the limited edition VHS. This is the newest Pirates of the Caribbean film. It is also the first Disney movie to be released on 4K Ultra HD under the Walt Disney Pictures banner. This is the sequel to Pitch Perfect 2. I am missing the third film. This comes with a bonus disc. I put this one in a clear case. And I put the DVD inside a paper sleeve because I've never used the DVD. I only used the Blu-ray. I do have Wreck-It Ralph on Blu-ray as well. We'll get to that in a bit. And this stack fell. Let me fix that quickly. There we go. Fixed it. I put the theatrical cut DVD inside this case. First thing, I plan to get the sequels sometime. I plan to get the Huntsman's War on Blu-ray. This has a bonus disc. And because it comes with a bonus disc, this is a Walmart exclusive. Here's another steelbook. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2017. I also saw the other two Spider-Man movies in theaters. I am missing Star Trek 2009 on Blu-ray. And this is the only Star Trek movie I saw in theaters back in 2016. Sorry, I forgot to pull 2 Blu-rays, but I was able to get them. I'm hoping to get the entire Muppet movies on Blu-ray. The DVDs are stacked. Not going to use these. And then next for our Star Wars. These have the 2011 Masters, which never got VHS releases nor releases after this one. And this has the THX remastered, Broadway remastered on the Blu-ray. And this is the prequel trilogy. This has The Amazing Life. And the next two I saw in theaters. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2016. Really great movie. And this movie I saw in theaters back in 2017. And this is the extended cut. I know lots of people do not like the theatrical cut, but I haven't seen the extended cut, so probably I'm going to watch the theatrical cut to see what I think of it. I hear it's better than the theatrical cut. And this was my very first release with the stacked discs. But Blu-rays are pretty hard to scratch compared to DVDs. Extended cut. But I get the entire Taken movies on Blu-ray. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2010. And this one's a Blu-ray 3D. I still need to get Endgame and Infinity War on Blu-ray. Theatrical cut of The Expendables. I plan to get the director's cut. And here's a Digibook. Digipack casing. This is a David Fincher set. This one is co-produced with MGM. Find these David Fincher sets to be pretty cool. This one is almost, you think, the DVD almost looks like a bootleg, but to clarify, this is not a bootleg copy. Still plays like the real thing. The cover art is not in the best shape, but discs are fine. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2014. I plan to get most of the Lego films on Blu-ray, especially piece by piece. And the next two are Little Mermaids. This one's a Blu-ray 3D. One of the few diamond editions to get a Blu-ray 3D release. I used to have The Odd Life of Timothy Green on DVD, but I'm upgrading it to Blu-ray. And speaking of that, I also have the sequels. I do have The Return of the Sea on VHS as well, but I mainly have this for the third film. And also, I put the 2000 DVD of Return of the Sea inside this case to make room for stuff I want. To make room for more stuff I want. So, that's why it's in here. This is the first film to use the 2012 Universal 100 Years Anniversary logo at the beginning. Hope to get Meg 2 The Trench on Blu-ray sometime. We're about an hour now. Oh my god. I plan to get the sequel sometime. And here's another Blu-ray 3D. I'm hoping to get the second one and The Lost Village. This is obviously redundant now. Forgot to put this one in. I have so many, which is why this video is about under an hour now. So this is by far the longest video I ever done. This is the extended cut. The cut that I am going to be watching this Blu-ray. This has the seamlessly branched extended cut, which never got a VHS release. I put the 1999 DVD inside this case because I really like the CD design. So I decided to put the 1999 DVD inside that case. This is a mini series from E1. The other Transformers film I have on Blu-ray. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2014. I plan to get the rest of the Transformers movies on Blu-ray sometime. And here's Tron Legacy. ...2016 reprint, but they still have the 2011 Dustmaster. This movie I saw in theaters back in 2013. We're almost done. Saw this movie in theaters back in 2009. Blu-ray is the extended cut. Here's the last Blu-ray 3D for this video. And here's the last one for this collection. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed my Blu-ray collection. My giant Blu-ray collection.